Hey guys, this is Gary. Today we are launching Geo-Fence. This is a feature we've been working on for the last 2 to 3 months. And what it allows you to do is for those clients that you're putting on to check in with you during using our Defendant mobile app, now you can go ahead and specify a rule, or you can do it manually on which clients you want to be notified by text alert and email in real time if they check in from a location that's farther than you want them to be. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how this works. So you'll see there's this new tab called Geo-Fence. And if I go there, you'll see I already have people on my Geo-Fence. And I can say show only Geo-Fence, show only Geo-Fence violations, and it'll go ahead and show you what people that I have on a Geo-Fence that violated. So let me go ahead and show you how this works. So when you go to a client and you go to an existing client that say is already on your mobile app settings, you'll notice it's on, but then we have this new section called Enable Geo-Fence. So again, this client, I set them to be on, but when you get here, because we just released it, it'll be off. And you can turn it on, and you can specify over here by editing the settings here. Say I want to be notified by text alert and email if this client checks in and she or he is farther than 100 miles or 500 miles or 1,000 miles. I'm going to go ahead and just set it at 100 miles. And then I can go ahead and it'll show you what cell phones are going to be sent to text and what email addresses are going to be sent to text. Now there is a system-wide, account-wide default, but you could also, let's just say for this person, I want to be notified as well. So I can put my email address here. And again, you can put as many email addresses as you want, just put a comma in between. And I can also specify I want to notify this cell phone. And now once I hit save or update, now that person, if they do check in, I'm going to get an alert. So again, because this is a test account, I'm going to go ahead and show you. I did a check-in today, and I had a violation setting of 1 mile. And you can also do that as well, because you might want to be notified every time this person checks in. So you could set it to 1 mile away from their first initial check-in, and you'll get an alert. But this is what the alert looks like. So it'll say Bell Books Geo-Fence alert. So if I click on it, it tells me Geo-Fence alert for Steve Baldwin. It gives them the birth date and gives you how many miles they were from the location. Now, if I click here to view the check-in receipt, you'll see this is what it shows me. Geo-Fence check-in violation. Client is 2.04 miles away from his or her initial check-in. So it gives you their picture, where their actual check-in came from when they did a check-in. But if I want to see on the map where they were, so it shows you here's their initial check-in that we're using as the control, and here's their check-in that violated the settings. So you could see how this will be helpful in the event you have a big bond and you want to keep track of every time this guy checks in and he's more than, say, 500 miles away. Now, you'll also be able to set up rules. So if I go to my Geo-Fence default settings, let's just say you have 1,000 clients and you want to go ahead and put them on the Geo-Fence, because it is 50 cents per person per month that you add to the Geo-Fence. So you wouldn't want to necessarily do it for everybody, but say I want to go ahead and if I go here, and you can change the rules where I could say turn on Geo-Fence for all clients who are set up to use the mobile app and whose active liability is, say, 50,000. So once you set that rule, if you can, let's just say, for example, you had 1,000 people, but out of the 1,000 people, you only have 100 people that are over a $50,000 bond that you want to be set them up on Geo-Fence. So when you set that rule and hit next, it'll go ahead and add. It'll give you an estimate first to tell you how much that's going to be. But once you hit save, it'll go ahead and add them and turn Geo-Fence on for all those clients without you having to do it manually. So let me go ahead and go back to the list. It shows you here's my current Geo-Fence watches, but I can also say show only Geo-Fence violations. And it'll give me all the people that violated. So again, Steve Baldwin violated. He was 2.04 miles. So if I click here, I can view his check-in and the violation will show up. So this is going to be really helpful, again, if you want to keep track of somebody every time they check in and you want to be notified if the guy's checking in more than 500 miles away. And that way it's in real time, so you can get on the phone right away when they do check in and say, hey, where are you at? I didn't give you permission to leave the state. If you have any questions, just please give us a call or text us. But again, this is going to be available for you to put everybody on. Anybody new, you can pick and choose what people you want. But the price is 50 cents per month per person you add, and then obviously as you add more people, you'll get a discount. So if you go say I want to add 200 people, then it'll drop from 50 cents to 40 cents per person that you add. But again, that's per month. So if you have any questions, please do give me a call. And again, if you'll notice, it's right here, Geo-Fence watches. and you'll be able to see everybody once you add them to your Geo-Fence who's on an active Geo-Fence. And we also give you this tool here. It says clients with Geo-Fence not enabled. So here's everybody that I currently have on a mobile app, and that is not set up on Geo-Fence. And I can also say, well, show me everybody whose liability is over 50,000 to 100,000. That's not on Geo-Fence, and nobody here, because this is a test database. So how about 50,000 to, or 5,000 to 10,000? So here's everybody that, again, that's on the mobile app, but is not set up for Geo-Fence. Now, if I wanted to set them up, it's pretty simple. I could just check the box here. If I wanted to do it manually without having to set a rule, I can just use this list and I can select turn on Geo-Fence, and it'll say okay. And now all those people now are on an active Geo-Fence. So if I go back to my current Geo-Fence watches, those people just got added here. And it'll give you your running total and what's your current monthly cost. So you'll see for all these 12 people I have on Geo-Fence, it's costing me $6. Again, if you have any more questions, please do give me a call. My phone number is 720-254-1267. Thanks.